Hi, everybody. It is week 3, and I have a lot of things to show you this week that you want to stick around for. When you log into Blackboard, it is now opening to weekly assignments, so you can go directly to the instruction for the week. If you open week 3, I'm going to go ahead and enter student preview so that you can see it the same way that you would see it on your screen. If you click on week 3, you'll see the normal agenda. And I'm going to minimize this over here on the left so that you can see everything. This week, you are going to view 3 videos: measures of spread, measures of center, and measures of position, and take notes on those. You're also going to start your final project. I know that sounds crazy. You're starting the final project now, but actually what it is it's a course-long project, and you're going to do little assignments along the way so that you can do this project step by step. And the first one of those assignments is this week. And it will be choosing 3 data sets in our Guru for your potential project data sets. We have one our Guru workshop on 5-number summary, outliers, and box plots. This one is really important. Practice honor lock exam, because we have a test next week and we're going to take it using honor lock. So we want to get any hiccups out of the way this week by taking this practice honor lock exam. And then I've also posted a review. And because we've got all of these crazy things going on, starting our project and doing this honor lock practice, I have taken the data talk for the week out to give you a little bit extra time to work on those things. The homeworks this week, there are 4, 2.6.1, 2.6.2, 2.6.3, and 2.6.4. Those are the homeworks for the week. Okay, so everything is set up the way it's normally set up, so that's all good. But I want to show you those 2 items, the final project assignment and the practice honor lock exam. All right, so let's first look at the final project assignment. So basically, the way the final project works is you get to pick a data set to work on throughout the entire semester. And you are going to work on this project using that chosen data set, and you will do little assignments throughout the entire semester, and that's 10% of your grade is working on these little assignments to build your project. Now, your overall project, that's worth 90% of your final project grade. So 10% you get for working on these little assignments for me each week, and you'll be glad that you did, because again, it's doing the project piece by piece. And then your overall grade, 90% of that is the actual project grade. So we're going to start, though, by choosing a data set. And before we choose one data set, we want to, there's so many out there. We're going to look at a lot of them and narrow it down to 3 this week. You're going to go into our Guru, and I'm going to show you how to do this in a second, but you can also look at this little video that I have here, importing a data set, so that you can see how to search for data sets. And then once you do, you're going to click on one of these attachments here. I've got a doc file and PDF depending on what you're able to open. I'll go ahead and open the PDF so that you can see it. But basically, you're going to enter this information. You're going to give the data set name, and you have to give the repository that you find it in, because there's a lot of different repositories out there in our Guru. And then you're going to list the variables in the data set that the data was collected for, and you're going to define or explain what each of those variables represent. And if you don't know what it represents, then you might need to Google. So it's really important that if we use a data set, we understand the data that's in it. So this is a really important exercise that we're doing. And then you're going to list at least 3 questions that you wonder about the population that your data represents that you could answer by using this data. Okay, so be really careful with your questions. Like last semester, I had students saying they were interested in the difference between the data for male and female. Well, male and female were not one of the variables, so you couldn't do that. So make sure they're questions that can only be answered with the data that you have. Okay, and then you'll do this for 3 separate data sets. So you're going to choose 3 that you really like and then answer those questions. And then as you do that, you might start, you can kind of see what kind of exploration that you could do. You also are looking at what the variables are representing, and then that will hopefully help you to make a final decision. Now, you don't have to make the final decision this week. This week, we're just narrowing it down to 3. So let me just show you where you would go. You would log into our Guru, and you would go to the Data tab, and then you would click the Data Import drop-down and click on Data Set Repository. And I believe I've shown you this before. It's also in that video that is beneath this assignment, but each of these in the top window pane is a data set repository, and you can scroll down and you see there's a lot of them. So let's say I want to look in this first one, and then you can just go down and you just kind of glance over what the information is, like the topic of the data set. And then if you're interested in one, let's say we're interested in cardiac data for domestic dogs, you would hit the I on the right hand side of the data set, and you can see that it's 7 rows with 2 columns. The data on the cardiac oxygen consumption and left ventricular pressure were gathered for 7 domestic dogs. Usually somewhere in here you have the variables, and the variables are represented in each column. So the columns are MVO, that represents cardiac oxygen consumption, and LVP, left ventricular pressure. So you can see you've got the variable MVO and you've got the variable LVP by themselves. I have no idea what that is, and you might not know what that is either, so you want to explain what it is. In this case, it's cardiac oxygen consumption, but you may need to go in and define that a little bit further. Research, what does it mean by cardiac oxygen consumption? So maybe you can look that up. Anything that you look up and you put in there, make sure that you put the website in with your description as a source. Couple reasons. 1, so I know where you got it from, and 2, so that later on, if this is the data set you choose, you have that handy and you don't have to go back and redo research you've already done. But let's say you don't like that, then you can keep browsing. All right, if you don't like anything in the boot repository, you can click on the next repository, car, and do the same kind of thing. Now, you can do searches, but it's not, it can work. Like, let's say someone was interested in, I don't know, we'll say information on cancer. So in the data sets, I would go over the up of the data set window, I would hit cancer. Now nothing has popped up. That's because there's nothing involving cancer in the CAR repository. So what you can do is you can click on the first repository and then use the down arrow, and you can see there's info on bladder cancer here in the HSAUR repository. There's one on cancer survival in the STAT2 data. There's one in the survival repository as well on lung cancer. There's one on ovarian cancer in the VCD repository. Anyway, so that would be a way for you to research it. I will tell you that some of these are really good about when you click on the I and giving you information about the variables that it is giving information on. If you're not sure based on what is in the I, you can always click import and then open the data set. So I can go over here and open, well, let's just say, okay, I looked up one and there was ice cream. So you can look up ice cream and then you can see what the different variables are. I will go ahead and tell you that the X variable, most have that. That's just the identification variable. It really means nothing other than this is the first in the sample, this is the second in the sample, this is the third in the sample, so on and so forth. The there's cons, income, price, and temp. I'd have to look up what this is. Cons, I'm not exactly sure what they're referring to in regards to that. And I think I just changed the way it was sorted. Let me go back to, there we go, I fixed it. Anyway, the point is you'd want to identify what each of these mean. So once you figure out which data sets you want, go ahead and add them to your repository over here, yours, and then make sure that you've listed all the variables. Make sure that all of them are listed and defined on that sheet. And you're going to do this 3 times. Pick 3 data sets that you like. And please don't pick the first 3 that you find just to get this over and done with, because this is a data set that you potentially have to work with the entire semester, one of these 3. So you want it to be something that you are interested in and not something that you're going to lose interest in. Okay, so make sure you pick something that you really like. So there we go. You'll fill out again that form that looks like this for each of your data sets, data set 1, 2, and 3, and then you will upload it by clicking here, and then there it'll walk you through uploading it. Okay, so the next part I'm going to try to do on the video. We will see if it will let me. All right, the next one is the Honor Lock practice assignment. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to close everything else out other than this page, this Blackboard page. Okay, so here's the deal with the Honor Lock practice assignment and for Honor Lock tests. 1, you have to do it using Google Chrome. Otherwise, it's going to give you issues. So make sure you have a Chrome browser. So then you're going to click on the Honor Lock practice assignment folder. And here's some information about Honor Lock. It tells you about student privacy if you're worried about that. It gives you all the information that you need. You may have to download a Chrome Honor Lock extension. It'll take you, it's very quick to be able to do that. Once you're finished with any Honor Lock exams, you can always remove it if you are not comfortable having it on your computer. Anyway, once you read all that information, there's 2 links. One says click here to access the practice exam through Honor Lock. The other one says Honor Lock practice exam. I'm sorry, practice assignment. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, so here's the deal. This one says don't click on the link above until you go through and activate Honor Lock first. So if I click here, let me just show you. It's going to take me to my assignment. This one says keep going just because I started this one already, but it needs a password, so I can't do this. Okay, Honor Lock has to put the password in for you, so don't click on that. Click where it says, this is a little Honor Lock symbol. It looks like a shield with a check mark. Click on that. Click here to access the practice exam through Honor Lock. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, and I would encourage you to, you don't have to do this, but a lot of windows pop up after this. And in order to be able to see them all, I'm going to minimize this. And I basically went over here and I resized it from full to like a half screen. You can resize it when you start taking the test to full screen, but when you're getting started with the test, I would make it half screen. Okay. And so again, what we've done is we went to the link that says click here to access the practice exam through Honor Lock. So I've done that, and then it says Honor Lock practice exam, third party, and hit launch. And when you do that, you'll see an Honor Lock screen. It'll say exam progress 0%, and it'll say data collection agreement, and you'll read through this agreement and then click that you authorize the collection of data and their terms of service and hit continue. And then it'll say Honor Lock instructions, click the launch proctoring button. So I'm going to do that. And basically, over here, you want to read through their privacy details, click I understand, and then it is going to take a picture of you. All right, I had to turn my camera off from the video. Okay. Okay, so now that I've done that, taking the picture, it says launch screen recording, hit proceed, and then you'll see your screen pop up, and you're going to click it, and that's what you're going to share with HonorLock. You're going to share your screen. So it's going to be able to see the screen that you're working on to make sure that you're taking the test and that you are not going to websites that you're not supposed to go to, that kind of thing. Now notice over here, this is why I have it over here smaller so that I can see this window. So you should see yourself, and then you should see a thing where it says password required and it says insert password. Don't click that yet. On the right hand side, you'll see it says you're ready. So you have to kind of scroll down. It says access exam. You're ready to take your exam. Navigate to your exam provider, Blackboard, and then navigate to the specific exam. When you are prompted to enter a password, click on the insert password. Okay, so just scroll down and you can see the link to the exam here. Unfortunately, you can't just click it, so just you can copy and paste it. I right click and then I hit go to, but you can also copy and paste it into your browser, and it takes you back to the page we were originally on. You can also navigate to it as well, and you're going to scroll down to the HonorLock assignment. Now this is the same one we clicked on earlier, and we couldn't do it because it said it had a password. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to click, you're going to hit start exam. I'm going to hit keep going because I was working on it this morning, and then it says ready to start your test, enter the password. So this is why this is important to have this screen on the left hand side up, and I'm going to hit insert password, and it inserts a password, and then I'm going to hit start test. It says proctoring in progress, don't close this window, and then I can maximize this one and I can start the test. And basically it's just a true false thing that you agree to hold the academic integrity pledge, and then you can just go through and take the test fairly quickly. Once you're finished with the test, you're going to hit submit and submit again. And then once you do that, once you've submitted it, then you can hit stop sharing. And then you can also, this is exam paused, open proctoring window. So then you can, like if you accidentally closed out, you can worry about that. But we're closing it out. So you can hit stop sharing, or you can hit exit HonorLock. You can also go over here to the HonorLock screen and close that out. I'm going to close that tab. Yeah, so then you can hit exit HonorLock. Okay. And then proctoring session submitted. And then you're finished. So again, the big thing here is making sure you use Google Chrome. And second, making sure that when you're first starting it off, have your web screen to be half size so that the pop-up you can see it, so that you will be able to enter insert password when it asks. Okay, I think that's everything. Let me just go back to Blackboard really quick and go to our course. And the other thing that was in here is the in the assignments is the practice exam. So if you click on the practice exam, obviously you don't need to practice for the HonorLock practice exam, but test 1, you can click here and it will take you to a review. That is optional, but will help you review for the test. That is next week. Okay, so sorry this was so lengthy, but that is all I have for you guys today. If you have questions, you can post it on the Padlet, which you find over here on the left, discussion board Padlet. So you can post here. Someone posted a question last week about the Barbie Bungee assignment, but you can definitely post here, or you can send me an email, or come see me during my office hours, Monday and Wednesday, 1:30 to 3, and then Tuesday, Thursday, 8:15 to 9:15 a.m., B206. All right. Hope to hear from you guys this week. Bye.